So very good evening, friends. Rather, it is good morning. And this is the usual time when I'm getting live because I get time to live at that point of time. Today, like any other day, hello all. Thank you very much. I hope you are doing great. Hello. Thank you. I'm doing good. Thank you. I hope you are also doing good. So today, like any other day, I was doing my research and on various topics and stocks and all. And I got a news from Bloomberg, and that is really a threatening news. The news is that at 6:42 p.m. New York, 6:42 p.m. New York, Japanese confirmed their own variant of virus, which precisely means that there are three variant of viruses which we have now. Number one in UK, number two in South Africa, and number three in Japan now. Having said that, this we got on Bloomberg on 10th January 2021 at 6:42 p.m. New York time. Tomorrow, when the market open, we will get more details about that. I would definitely continue to look about the more details. But as I speak, this is really a tragic news. Today we got a news that at the outer side of Mumbai, which is in India, we got three cases of virus. It means that the virus is really spreading across the globe. Rather, the Bloomberg article confirms that the Germany is also facing a humongous spike in the virus. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is in a big mess in the sense like in the last 10 odd days the total number of cases in Britain is more than 50,000 plus, and according to the London mayor Sajid Khan, I think this is Sajid Khan, they would be run out of hospitalization in another 2 weeks of time if the virus do not come down, which means that the mess is not coming to us, rather it is running towards us. And there is a big fall in the market, that is definitely sure, because now the Japanese coronavirus is here and God knows what would happen with this virus, to be very honest. So I would like to request all the young guns, those who are closer to me, please be careful and alert because at any given point of time, anything can happen. This issue started with the UK virus, now South Africa virus, and now the Japanese virus. God knows what would happen at later point of time. There are multiple news that are also coming, from the different parts of the globe regarding the side effects of the vaccine. And one or two news coming from India also, this is on Google. So we really need to be very careful and we really need to be alert in that regards. If we are not careful and alert, then I'm sure that we are bound to lose. I have 10 minutes. If you have any question, you're most welcome. 10 minutes, any questions? $10, any questions do you have? Okay. Your question is about the logistic stocks. I told earlier also that there are profitability should be the key concern in logistics. I understand that there is a news which is coming that different airlines of India are signing different kind of logistic arrangement, but there are only two listed airlines we have. One is Indigo and one is Spice. Jet, although listed, but somehow understand. Once you choose the logistic stocks, you need to be very careful, and you are supposed to be careful because if you are not careful, then you are bound to lose. Why markets are so high? It is the full credit goes to operators. Operators are trying very hard to keep market high. Like the foreign institutional investors are buying while the domestic institutional investors are selling. This is quite tragic that the domestic institutional investors are selling from a long period of time while foreign institutional investors are buying from a long period of time. Only institutional investors understand why are they buying, but operators are trying hard. Example, I was reviewing the financials of two stocks in India. One is non-banking financial corporation and another is the card stock, basically the credit card stock. And somehow I have not got the confidence in both of the stocks. But if I look at the stock price, then I have no words. Financially speaking, both companies are not doing very well, but if you look at the stock price, the thing is completely different. And I know that many retail investors are buying this stock, keeping in mind that these stocks would be double. About Punjab National Bank, it is really difficult to comment because the government set up a huge disinvestment target like any other years. But till what extent this disinvestment target be able to fill, that we do not know, to be honest. And I'm sure that like there are many public sector concerns, those who would be on the radar of disinvestment. In fact, government has asked some made some changes in the public sector concerns. And I'm sure that in this budget there would be two things. Either the government would be allocating more money, but I'm not sure about it because the cost is a constraint. And according to the public information, that uh, government spent around 22,000 odd crores in terms of interest only in the 3 years. So I think few public sector banks definitely be on the radar of disinvestment, and maybe Punjab National Bank, but we are not sure about it, to be honest. It is difficult to comment about Reliance, Bharti Airtel and Vodafone, but now Airtel and Vodafone both are in Supreme Court once again regarding the comment made by the Department of Telecommunication. That is fantastic. After every 1 month, Supreme Court need to hear this matter. On the contrary, I think Airtel is doing fine because now they are trying very hard as far as the satellite communication is concerned. And Sunil Bharti Mittal bought a company in UK, and I think it is the though it is a brave move he did, to be honest, by 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 by, by buying a company who is almost chapter 11. But let's see, to be very honest. And I think that the upcoming time is of satellite broadband and all. But I think Airtel is doing fairly well. Yes, Airtel faced bad times when Jio launched and they offered almost everything free, so as Vodafone. But I think that if Supreme Court would continue on its stance of 10 years payment of AGR, then I think both Airtel and at least Vodafone is safe. And to be very honest, I feel that both are doing very well. In fact, there are talks in the market that sooner or later the telecom pricing be revised. If telecom pricing be revised, then it is definitely a good news for Airtel and Vodafone. Not bad. About Reliance, Reliance is facing a lot of issues, to be honest, and the stock is not as expected. And God knows, maybe in the few days, stock would be breaking 1900 level. If yes, then stock would be moving to 1800, to be honest. There are many political issues like farmer issues, international petroleum is an issue. There are many issues, to be honest. And Reliance need to face many issues. I'm not sure 1800 or not, but Sensex is around 48,000, Nifty is around closer to 14.3 thousand, but I have not seen the similar movement in the Reliance. Reliance did fairly well when Nifty was at 8,000 or so, but after that Reliance not did fairly well. God knows why, but there are some political and non-political issues Reliance needs to face, to be honest. I have another 5 minutes to answer your questions if you have any. BHEL is BHEL is definitely a great stock, but there are issues with the profitability. Let it be honest. Apparently speaking, BHEL is a leader in power generation, basically turbines, and I think BHEL is a great stock. But I think if you look at the intrinsic value of the BSL, then the stock is currently way above the intrinsic value. We need to be careful in that regards because, as I said, that market is at 48K, and if we are buying any stock, we need to buy at intrinsic value. If the stock is not available at intrinsic value, let it be. Well, about gold, I think that gold corrected a lot and gold came to 1849. As we speak, Australian market is about to open in another 2 to 3 hours of time, and gold, where the gold would be moving, I think to be decided by Singapore today. If in Singapore market gold will fall below 1840, then I think gold is heading to 1800. But if gold continue to maintain 1800 as a status, 1840 as a status, then gold will move up. To be very honest, but today Australian session followed by Singapore session will be very important for gold. But there are bright chances that gold will come once again to 1800. But having said that, situation is really tight for gold because around 9 days from now the new president is coming, and God knows that what would be his policies. But his policies on the H-1B visa, US China issue, US Iraq issue, US Pakistan issue, and all this will really matter. So geopolitical wise, there are many things that would happen, to be very honest. Sir, this is not the way to ask your question, right? Okay. I think that there would be a big rally in the pharma, but I think before rally they will once again fall. And here is the catch. And more importantly, there is another thing which is happening in the pharma, which is that many pharma companies are selling their companies, or they are getting investment from private equity player. Let me ask a GK question, general knowledge question to you. Can you name two pharma companies? I give you 2 minutes. Can you name two pharma companies who recently got good investment from private equity firms? After real estate, information technology, and NBFC, I think private equity players started moving towards the pharmaceutical sector in India. But having said that, they are very selective in nature, and they should be. In real estate, banks and NBFC, they were not selective in nature, but this time they are very selective in nature. And I don't understand why they are too selective in nature, but there are, yes, two pharmaceutical companies recently received a substantial interest from private equity player. The point is how long we would be holding these stocks, and of course both are away from intrinsic value. There is no doubt about that. Sorry, no one can give the view on Axis Bank or any other bank for next 7 days or 10 days. We really do not know what would happen tomorrow. God knows what would happen tomorrow. So I don't know how come people are asking this question. Give me the views for the next 7 days. Anything can happen to any bank, any financial institution. As simple as that. Okay, this is the second last question. This is the second last question, please. About Indigo, I'm not sure how to explain Indigo, but aviation sector across the globe is really in the tough stage. You know, the American aviation companies and European aviation companies, they are really, in fact, Asian aviation companies also. Singapore Airlines is cutting 4,000 jobs. Cathay Pacific is cutting 8,000 jobs. almost all aviation companies are cutting jobs, but unfortunately, Indian aviation stocks are going up, 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 and up. So it is really difficult to conclude where Indian aviation stock would go. But having said that, if the new virus wave would continue, and unfortunately, as we speak, around 90 billion cases and 1.9 million deaths, and these fatalities are growing, especially in Europe and US, then I think that very soon a big dent is coming in the aviation sector, to be very honest. This is last. Yeah, of course, I agree that there is a big bubble which is created in the market, and unfortunately, everyone is watching that bubble. And I have seen several YouTube videos where people even claiming that the market will go there, market will go there like this. But to be very honest, I strongly feel that it is the duty of the retail investor to, uh, I would say, to be careful. It is the duty of the retail investor to be careful and before investment, because there is a very big bubble, because domestic institutional investors are selling while foreign institutional investors are buying, and God knows what would happen, to be very honest. Puneet sir, about IFCI, I think I don't see IFCI to be under disinvestment norm soon, but government can change decision at any point of time. You really do not know. But you understand the financial position of IFCI, and you understand the kind of business they are into. Considering the current situation we have, and especially in the global market and the companies, those who are in the similar business compared to IFCI, it is really difficult to find the buyer. But having said that, if the government will come and sweeten the norms like Air India, maybe buyers would come. But having said that, as of now, I have not found IFCI name in the disinvestment target list. But God knows, government can change policy at any given point of time. You really do not know. So you need to, you just need to go according to the policy of the government. With this, I would like to thank you very much, and would like to appraise you that our news desk is live. Our FNO Learnings Academy launched the first video course of FNO in both English and Hindi, and there are variety of other video courses which we have. I'm sorry in case I missed any question, because there are so many questions which are coming to me, and screen moves so fast, so sometimes you're able to miss that question. But I try to answer as maximum as possible, and as I promised that I'm live on Facebook most often now. I hope you people are enjoying the sessions, and please be careful, as Japan has said that they got another variant, and God knows what would happen. We really do not know what would happen, to be honest, because at any given point of time, any big mess can happen in any of the markets. Please be careful, and remember that patience is the key, and timing and research is the key. The more research you would be doing, the more better it would be. Thank you very much. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting. You know our WhatsApp +91, which is an Indian code, +91 9818485155 9818485155. Thank you, and have a great time ahead. Now I see you on probably tomorrow or maybe Wednesday. Have a great time. Thank you.